So what do you do between Harry Potter movies? Harry himself, Daniel Radcliffe, is doing plenty. Earlier this year, he made a big splash on the London stage. Now he is back on screen, starring in the new family drama, December Boys. And Daniel Radcliffe is with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Always a pleasure. First things first, before we talk about December Boys, I'm going to talk about, since we last saw you,
Yes.
you've turned 18.
I have.
Right.
Yes.
So, and you've also gotten some pretty good paychecks for Harry Potter. Have you bought a jet? Have you bought a villa? How did you celebrate your birthday?
I've done sort of. I mean, I was at a cricket match on my birthday, and then I went out in the evening with some friends and had a party. But other than that, I've not really done anything particularly with the money. I always use Rupert Grint's answer for this because his is much more interesting than mine. With his money, he's brought an ice cream van.
Right,
So I always just rattle that one off whenever people ask me because I have a very boring answer to that question.
There you go. This new movie is really so wonderful. As I watched it, let's explain it first. It's the story of these 4 boys. They're orphans, and they have the opportunity to go to the shore for the summer. And also, one of them will have the opportunity to be adopted.
I play Maps, who's the oldest or should I say the eldest of these 4 boys. And so he feels sort of quite parental about them. And, you know, he wants to look after them, and he really cares deeply about them. And he's quite a quiet character, and he keeps a lot inside. You know, he doesn't shout around about how he's feeling at all.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, you know, he's very fragile, but he's, you know, so that's why it was quite a challenge to play him, because whereas with Harry, you know, it's all the plot and the emotion is communicated through the dialogue. With Maps, it isn't, and you have to do the same amount of communication without any of the words.
Very much as Stillwater runs deep in terms of that character. The movie looks like a dream. You almost feel like you're in a dream sequence with these kids.
Fantastic.
Because all of this means so much to them.
Yeah.
This is not just normal adolescent life. Everything that happens to them is new, and it's an adventure, and it's the potential to sort of change their lives.
And also, it's because, I mean, it's what you say about it being dreamlike. What you have to remember when you're watching the film is that what you're seeing is a reminiscence. It's this boy as a man remembering and recounting this point in his life.
Yeah.
And so that's why there are things in it that are slightly wondrous and fantastical and weird.
Your character also falls head over heels in love with a young woman, and let's take a look.
Who do you think they'll choose?
I don't know. Spit's clever. He can fix most anything. Misty's the youngest, and he's a good artist. And Spark's got good energy. He's the fastest, wins all the races.
What about you? Are you good at anything? I know it's not singing.
Well, I don't want to be adopted. What's the big deal about parents anyway?
There's so much pain in all of these children, and this whole notion of this family wanting to adopt one of them, and the kind of the competition that ensues as these children try to sort out their lives in front of the camera. It's very powerful stuff. How did you come to choose it?
It was one of those things where, I mean, as Rod Hardy, the director, put it yesterday, he just said, you know, the planet's really aligned for us on this occasion, because I've been looking to do something between Harry Potter's 4 and 5, and this script came along, and it could shoot in that gap. And it was just perfect. You know, I loved the script. It was one of the things that made it stand out was the fact that the stage directions were written almost like a novel. Normally stage directions are quite formulaic, and then just he goes here, he opens that door, he goes in. You know, but with this one, they were beautifully, so much care had been taken over them, and they were a joy to read, which makes that script stand out instantly.
There you go. Now, since we also last talked, the new Harry Potter book has come out.
Of course.
Have you had a chance to read it yet?
Absolutely. Yes, and loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything just in case there are people, because I remember the stories.
There are maybe 6 people left in the universe who have not read it.
I know, but it's one of those things where apparently people have been getting into trouble for spilling the beans on what the ending was a few days after it came out, so I don't want to be responsible for that, but needless to say, I was very, very happy. Right.
Now, you also just finished shooting another film in Ireland, did you say?
Yes, it's a movie called My Boy Jack, which is a TV movie and should air in the UK in November. And it should be great. It's about Rudyard Kipling's family during World War I, and I play his son, John, or Jack, as he was known. And I think it should be very, very good indeed.
There you go. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you very much for having me again.
Very happy for all your success.
Thank you.
Daniel Radcliffe, as
Thank
always.
You very much.